Hello, welcome to another video. I'm going to do a series of fall entertaining arrangements. And today I'm going to be showing you a lantern arrangement. I was inspired because I saw this beautiful lantern, and I'm also inspired by all the incredible fall materials that are available out there. So let's get started. So today we're going to do an arrangement around this lantern. I've done a lot of arrangements inside lanterns, and I like that, but it's kind of hard to do because you don't have much space to work with. So we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to do a cascading arrangement on the outside of the lantern and then have something inside the lantern. Okay, let's see what we're going to use today. Now look at all this beautiful fall material I've gathered in this tray. We have viburnum, maple, nandina, some of this rose gold fern that I purchased just kind of, during the holidays. They have a lot of stuff like this in the craft store, and some beautiful roses. Now I went out in the garden this morning and cut viburnum and nandina and Japanese maple, and a lot of it is this incredible peachy color. It's like almost like papaya. Look at these colors. I love these fall colors. So beautiful. It's not quite orange. It's like a hint of orange, but there's like a peachiness to it. And I love fall foliage that has a little bit of green in it as well. And the nandina berries, before they turn red, they first turn this incredible orangey peach color. I hope this comes through in the video, but this is such a beautiful color. So this is sort of my jumping off point. I saw this and I go, I have to do an arrangement around this incredible nandina berry in the garden. And so that's how the color inspiration came together. What we're going to use for mechanics is this 2.5-inch cage loamy foam. Now I have one soaked already, and I've already attached it to the lantern, and it is just attached with a silver bind wire so that you don't really see it. I've attached it so that it's just in this corner right here. We're going to do a cascading arrangement. Now you would be surprised how large an arrangement we can actually get on a little tiny mechanic like this. So let's get started with the berries. I'm going to put the nandina berries first because I want to set that as my line. I have 2 sprigs here, one shorter, which I'm going to put at the top here. And when we do arrangements like this, we usually do it on a diagonal. So it's a cascade, but we're going to do it kind of on a diagonal. Okay. So we've got one on top, and we're going to do one on the bottom. I think this might be a little too heavy. I'm going to cut a little piece off here. It's hard to get the right size arrangement for this because you want it to be a nice cascade and have a lot of drama, but you also don't want it to be too heavy looking. That's why I chose a very small loamy cage foam. I actually tried it earlier with a 3-inch foam, and it was too much. Look at this beautiful sprig of maple. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's like green with an edge of that papaya orange color. Now, when I say papaya, I mean it's like orange, but it has a little bit of salmon in it. I'm sort of a color savant or a color nerd. And these little tiny distinctions within these color families make a big difference to me. And the nandina is beautiful. It also has that papaya kind of color to it. No, there's like a little salmon hint to it. It's not just orange. It's like salmony. And I love that. Okay, we're also going to add in little pieces of this rose gold fern. This is they just come in like little sprays that we buy at the craft store. I'm going to cut small pieces of it to use in here just to have a little sparkle. Also want you to, remember that you can always use artificial materials with your fresh materials. Okay, so it's a little bit large, so I'm cutting it down a little bit and just pulling off the side branches. Okay, find a small piece here. I'm going to put this behind the nandina berry. That's going to be it's going to set the long line for me on the bottom here, bottom of this cascade. Okay, and then Oh, it's like I want to use every piece. They're so pretty. The Japanese maple is really quite a standout. Okay, just want to make sure I don't go too big since our mechanic is quite small and we still need space for our roses. Put a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to stop and add in the roses. I'm using two different color roses today. One is this beautiful salmon color called Rockstar. Who cannot love a rose called Rockstar? And this beautiful golden apricot rose called Cavendish. Cut these pretty short, set in deep in the foam. Okay. See how pretty that is? It just picks up that I don't know, peachy salmon undertone of the foliage. So pretty. Gonna put a Cavendish in the middle here. I love these golden apricot colors too for fall. Instead of going yellow or, you know, too bright in orange, I love these apricot colors. Okay. Then I always like a hint of green. I think the green really sets off the other colors, makes it really pop. So I'm going to add a little bit of this viburnum sprig here. So pretty. You know, I wish these roses were smaller. The colors are so gorgeous, but they're so big. I'm trying to think if I have space for a third rose. And what color do I want to do? Do I want to do another one of the salmony rose? I think so. I'm going to use another Rockstar down here. I think we've kind of maxed out our roses for this arrangement because there's just not enough space. Okay, that's so pretty. Okay, then I'm going to make sure that I am covering all sides of this cage foam. That's one of the challenges when you're working with exposed foam, is that you want to make sure you're covering all the exposed foam without it looking heavy. That's sort of the difficult part, because we are doing a cascade on the outside of the lantern. We don't want it to look like this huge, you know, thing coming out, but you also want to make sure you're covering your foam. I might add a little bit of this rose gold fern in the middle of the arrangement so that we have a little bit of that sparkle right next to the roses. Okay, really pretty. Okay. The viburnum is really wonderful for covering foam because it's like these wonderful little sprigs with lots of color. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the side here and put an Andina in the other way so that if you're viewing it from this side, it's the right side facing out. That makes sense, so that you're not seeing the back of it, since we want to make sure it's pretty from that side as well. Even though it's a one-sided arrangement, you want to make sure it's still viewable from the other sides. Okay, so I'm going to put some of these in backwards. Very small space we're working with here. Okay. And let's see if we should do another sprig of the viburnum to help us cover. There we go. So pretty. Okay. All right. I cut the viburnum and Japanese maple from my garden early this morning. It was so beautiful. There's so many beautiful things in the garden right now. And it changes every day. So you can have to go out and just look and see what you can use every day. You should just cut and use it because the beautiful fall color is actually a sign of decay. And so in a few days, or maybe in a week, most of these will be falling off the tree. But while it's there, we can enjoy it and use it in our arrangements. I do love fall colors, but not the typical fall colors. I'm not a big, pumpkin and sunflower person. I want to always show you like sort of a sophisticated fall, at least a sophisticated take on fall, and using these beautiful materials. I'm going to add another piece of this rose gold fern in the middle to give it a little bit more dimension. And I think that is it. I'm bending down to make sure that we don't have any foam showing on the bottom. It's not quite showing, but I think we can add a little something to it just so that it's more finished looking. Here we go. I can just go on and on and on building these textures from all these beautiful materials. Okay, really pretty. Okay, I think that's done. Really cute. Okay, so here we have it, our cascading accent on our lantern. But what are we going to put inside the lantern? I have just a 9-inch cylinder vase. These are really inexpensive. You could pretty much get them anywhere. They probably are like $3-4 for one of these. And I don't know if I've shown you fairy lights before, but it's something that you can buy on Amazon. I actually could buy mine on Amazon. They cost about $1 or $2 each. This is a 3-foot fairy light. It comes with a battery pack that has 2 of those flat coin batteries in it already. And the most wonderful thing is these are submersible. So what we're going to do is we're going to sink that battery pack in the very bottom, and then I'm going to put 2 pieces of that rose gold fern inside the water. You'll see how pretty it is in the water. And then we're going to go ahead and put the lights in there with the rose gold glitter fern submersed in the water. See how pretty that is? It gives it a texture and it magnifies it. And then we'll top it with a floating candle that you can light or not light. You don't even have to do the candle, but I thought, well, we can always light the candle if we want to. And it also keeps the fern from floating up too much, okay? I was just going to buy a pillar candle for inside here, like an LED pillar candle, and I thought, oh, this is more interesting, right? The fairy lights in here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. And I thought, well, the inside of the lantern looks so not colorful, right, with just this. So I'm gonna put some of this pretty fall foliage on the bottom of the lantern here, just to give it a little bit of color. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just gonna put some in here. Okay, then I'm gonna put the cylinder candle or cylinder vase in here, on top of it. Now I can close it, and we are done. So we have a really beautiful lantern with a cascading arrangement down the front and the pillar candle here inside. Hope this inspires you to use these interesting containers that you see at craft stores and do something different and use all these beautiful fall materials. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and send me a little comment to let me know what you'd like to see. I will see you in the next video.